Hey you guys, Desmond's here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel.
Woo,
And
woo.
today we are here to discuss episode 13 and 14 of RuPaul's Drag Race US. Yes, honey, last week got away from us. Mostly me. And got away from me. But
Mm-hmm.
we are here this week
I
and
was
we are going to
working, but
cover.
it still got away from him.
Huh?
I said I went to work one day and the whole weekend got away from you.
My God. Listen,
I
now.
think you got kidnapped, honestly.
It was a slight kidnapping, and it's just, oh, I've been so tired all week because of it. But anyway, what did we think of the makeover and this branding book episodes? Just in general, what did you think of the two episodes?
They were pretty decent episodes,
They
and I
were.
think that the right people went home.
I agree that the right people went home. Well, we'll talk about it because I don't particularly agree with the results of the makeover challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what happened with the book challenge, but like the makeover challenge, the category is drag family resemblance,
Right.
and the person who had the most resemblance was in the bottom too. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So let's go ahead and get into these episodes. So we start off after the elimination of Dawn. They come
Yes.
in, they're reading her message, they come sit down, and they congratulate Miss Saphira and Plain Jane for getting the win.
Yes.
So we come in the next day in the workroom, and the RuPaul's Drag Race edition of Monopoly is on the table for them.
Yes.
So they
I
get.
think you have it, don't you?
I do have it. I haven't got to play. I've opened it and looked around in it, but I haven't got to play it yet.
Ooh.
It's one of the monopolies that I have. I have RuPaul's Drag Race. I have WWE, and I believe I have regular Monopoly. I have to go look. I have them on my thing back there.
Oh, you didn't get the town's version of Monopoly?
Oh, I do have my town's version of Monopoly. That's at my mama's house. I actually need to get that. I'm glad you said that. Let me text her. Actually, I'll text her when we're done. Be like, I need my Monopoly of our town back. Um, but yeah, I want to play it. I'm gonna play it eventually. We'll see. So the queens are gathering around and they're playing. RuPaul enters the workroom and announces that this week they will be doing a good old makeover challenge.
Hmm.
And to determine their partner, they have the pink furry boxes back. They have to
Hey.
stick their hand in, and whatever color they get is whatever color it matches the color of one of the pit crew's underwear, and you get to make them over. And they are the
Hmm.
pit crew from the RuPaul's Drag Race Live, which whenever I go to Vegas, that's going to be on the agenda, honey.
Yes,
That is
definitely.
going to be on the agenda. I think I'm gonna try to squeeze that as a second trip for this year, later down the line, like around the September area, maybe. I don't know just
Yes.
yet.
If I don't end up doing summer school,
Mm-hmm.
then I have a June trip to Seattle planned.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to buy the tickets for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because July we go to LA. So I think
Hmm.
September would be enough time for me to get that trip planned. Honestly, I can start planning it now, but I'm saving for this one. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But anyway,
Yeah.
they're making over the pit crew from the RuPaul's Drag Race Live,
Hmm.
and they pull the ball. Whichever one has the matching underwear is their partner. So afterwards, this is how all the queens have paired up. And I like this because it has that element of fairness, like, oh, you don't know who you're going to get.
Right.
And I mean, you probably could rig this, but I don't think they
No.
did. I think it was more like, hey, pull the ball out. Whoever you get is who you get. But let's go ahead and get to the main stage. We had our typical makeover. Oh, they also got to do a performance as well, y'all. Sorry, I skipped completely over that. They also have to do a dance performance, which I did get the screenshots for them as well. But we got our
Yes.
typical makeover. We got stories from the RuPaul's Drag Race Live pit crew. We got stories from our top 5 contestants. It was an overall feel good episode, like the makeover usually is.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's talk about Mama Ru in this look. What did you think of Mama Ru this week, and what was your score?
I like it. She's giving a little black Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it an A-.
I like this look as well. I love that, got the legs out. I love the pink. It all works for me as well. I give it more like a B plus. But yeah,
okay.
I likes it. So this week we're joined by Michelle Visage, T.S. Madison, and Kelsey Ballerini. Which, loved her. Come back anytime you want, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So the category is Drag Family Resemblance. Let me say that again. Drag Family Resemblance. Up first, Q and her drag makeover, Luna. I'll go first on this. I thought this was so fun. I thought this was so creative. My only issue is when I think of, the makeover and we're doing a drag family resemblance, I wish Q would have done something more her aesthetic. Like if the whole crazy bimbo clown thing was her aesthetic, then oh my god, you just did a great job. But I feel like that's the one thing lacking. When I see these looks, I don't see Q.
Right.
So although she probably did the best job this week, I see why she didn't get the win.
Right.
But yeah, this is an A for me. I thought it was fun. The element of camp is there. Good old time. Good old time. What did you think of Q and Luna?
I guess just a little personal bias. Not the biggest fan of like clown camp. Me and my thing with clowns. So this was more like a B- for me.
Yeah.
Like it looked good. You could see there was a family resemblance, although the hair was 2 different colors. But yeah. B.
All right. Up next is Morphine and Latina Love Dion. To me, they had the best family resemblance. Now, was the outfits top tier? No. But they were cute. And I agree. Latina should have had a bigger hair. To go with, because the shape is there. Like the body, on point.
Right.
I just think a bigger wig could have really gave us that proportionizing, as they coined on the show. I feel like that hair would have a bigger hair would have just brought it all together to go with the shoulders. But I thought I thought Morphine did a really good job here. I was really shocked she was in the bottom.
Pause.
Yeah, I know. We're going to pause. So, for me, I would give this a B. I thought face-wise, family resemblance, body-wise, family resemblance. It's just I wish the hair was bigger, and maybe we did a little bit more with the outfits. But overall, I thought Morphine did a good job here. What did you think?
I agree. I think she did a really great job. I do see like a very strong, especially in the face, family resemblance. I think I do agree that maybe the hair could have been bigger. She could have gave us that 1980s dynasty round.
That could have worked, yep.
Extremely teased Texas hair. Because, she's broad-shouldered. I'm broad-shouldered. I've just got a wide back. But, yeah. Other than that, I give it like a B+. This is a lot of effort.
So up next we have Nymphia and Juanita Wind. What did you think of Nymphia and Juanita?
I thought that she did a really good job. I don't know why, but I just knew Nymphia was going to get clocked on the corset from the dancer, just because that there was a lot of it showing as opposed to being covered up. But then I was like, well, you got to give somebody grace because you don't know what size the person's going to be that you're, you know, competing with.
But I've always
So,
said if you're coming in and you know that there's going to be a makeover, I would either have something that stretches or have it in like two different sizes. So if I get someone smaller or if I get someone bigger, or do something to where the size wouldn't play up. Like Q's outfit. I don't think size would have changed what Q brought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, you always got to be aware of that.
Other than that, it's like Big Bird and a toucan. But I like it. It's cute. And I give it like an A minus.
Yeah, I thought this was really cute. I thought this was fun. The family resemblance was there. It was on brand for Nymphia. Like, this was a really cute look for her this week. I agree. I give this a good A minus. I thought it was fun. And those who are coming for TS for her comment about Nymphia always in yellow, pull the episodes TS has been in this season. And guess what Nymphia wore in every episode?
I mean, she made the distinction in every episode I have seen. Every episode I have watched.
Every episode I've been here, you have been in yellow.
You've worn yellow. So it would be nice to see you in something else. Doesn't mean you haven't been in anything else. It's just that every time that I'm here, you just happen to be in yellow.
And that's what she said. And a lot of people went on Twitter and tried to bash her, and I'm like, did you not hear what she said?
They don't care.
And it's just like, oh yeah, they just love to, especially a black woman, they just love to bash a black woman. But yeah, she said what she said. And like for us who've watched, or she's watched every episode now, but you know, for us who have been sitting here and seeing the looks week in and week out, we know she's more and more, but it makes sense of that critique from TS because she's only seen her in yellow.
Or right, in the, what, like 3 or 4 episodes she's seen.
Yeah. There was one episode where she wore a red outfit, but it was also that performance challenge where they did the girl groups, and guess what she wore in that girl group challenge? Yellow. So, yeah. Y'all need to chill. But yeah, this is real cute, real fun. Let's move onwards. Up next is Saphira and Shakira Cristal.
Yes.
Baby.
Your favorite color, orange.
It's my favorite color. And I would say I love the face that she put on Shakira. Is it Saphira's face? No. But it's a good face, honey. It's a good face.
Yeah.
And I mean, it gives me very much Kahana Montrese in the face.
Right.
I'm like, okay. But with the actual outfits, it's a no for me, dog. And I'm mad she couldn't make it work in what she originally wanted to wear because that looked interesting.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to see that.
And
if it wasn't for that damn, you got to do a dance after the runway, maybe she wouldn't have landed in the bottom. We don't know. But this look, I like Shakira's look.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of Saphira's.
Right.
So for me, I have to give this a D.
I agree.
A D.
All that rhyming we just did.
Yeah, so anything else you want to add to Shakira and Saphira?
No, just for anybody in the future trying out for Drag Race, if you want to wear something elegant, that's fine. But please make sure you have something you can dance in underneath. Because it would have been neat if she'd have came out in the geode costume and then underneath had a dancing outfit.
And depending on how I could pack, because, there's only so many things you can bring. I would try to bring more than one outfit for the makeover just in case. Like, I'll bring one, just in case we got to do a little boogie. And if we don't got to do a little boogie, boom. Or if it's going to be that case where, on season 13, where they had to make over each other. and had to put their aesthetic on someone else, I would have brought an extra something that's my aesthetic to put on somebody else. Because, you know, I'm tall. So I'll have to bring it for a more average size human.
Right.
So I can put it on them. But yes, let's move onwards to Plain Jane and Lazy Susan. Now, I was with RuPaul cackling behind the name Lazy Susan. I was. I'm like, that is perfect. I love it so much.
Right.
So, with these looks here, though, I'm not the biggest fan of when they're matchy-matchy. Like, is this cute here? Yeah. I love the shape of the body on both of them. Like, Plain Jane really got her body on Lazy Susan, and I love that.
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan of the matchy match. I wish there was something to, you know, give them a little
slight differentiation.
Yeah. And for me, I don't see the family resemblance.
He looks more like
I was like, where's the face? Like, Plain has this mug, and I was expecting that mug to be on Susan, and it wasn't. And I'm like, oh.
I think she worked more with Lazy Susan's proportions. And the funny thing is Lazy Susan's proportions made her look like another queen from another season.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's my thing. I think it could have worked better if she would have just did the Plain Jane face. I feel like it would have worked on Miss Lazy Susan here. That was my biggest thing. Like, I didn't see the family resemblance. Like, are the outfits cute? Yes. Love the hair. Wish it was not so matchy, but overall, it's cute. I give it a B+. I just wish the face, because to me, that's where most of the family resemblance come from, is in the face.
Right.
So, yeah. What did you think, and what is your score?
I kind of like the matchy, not necessarily, you know, but because it's supposed to be family resemblance, and anybody else who's done, you know, like an offshoot or just a different colorway for some weird reason, they always want to complain. So I'm like, okay, this must be what you want then. You must want us to be matchy.
I believe it was Dakota Schiffer on UK4 where they complained because the outfits were too similar. And I'm like, what? And then over here for Plain Jane, they loved it. I'm like, it just, whatever narrative they're trying to go with in the episode.
Yeah. I think it just depends on their mood and the producer's mood and who they want in the top. I mean, the top 3 they have now are, you know, real competitive.
Amazing. So, I love the top 3 that we have this season.
Yes. So I give them a B. Because that's what they look like, bumblebees.
We have all of our pairs lined up here. Who was your favorite this week?
I enlarged it. My favorite pair, I'm gonna have to say Nymphia win, just because they're like really cute and whimsical.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nymphia win as well, because to me they got the drag family down, they got the cute, fun aesthetic down. It's Nymphia's brand. But I really want to give a shout out to Q as well, because if this was any other week, I'd have been like, oh, best look of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But because, you know, for a makeover drag family resemblance, I'm looking for the drag family resemblance, and I don't even see the initial drag artist there. You know what I'm saying? So, we find out that this week the winner is... Oh, wait. No, we got to go over the dancing. I almost forgot.
Yeah, it's like you're forgetting the dance.
So, we started off with Q and her dance partner. I have to give them props. They knew Q couldn't dance, and they made it work.
Exactly.
I was thoroughly...
Yeah, we'll do the stiffest thing we can think of.
And, to be honest, they were my favorite pair when it came to the dancing. I will say that, because they played under Q's, they played with Q's weaknesses. They embraced it, kind of like what they did with Kim Chi back in season 8 during the Rusical. They're like, okay, you can't dance, but we can make this funny. Let's go for it. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Q really embraced it and had a good time with it. So for me, they were really great. Moving on to Latina and Morphine. I thought this was great. Even with the reveal kind of catching up on Latina, that didn't
Yeah,
stop her. She kept it pushing.
exactly. I mean, and that's professionalism.
Yeah, and that just goes back to the fact that Latina is on the Drag Race live show. If there is a mishap, you have to keep going. You can't stop.
Exactly. You can't stop just because something happened.
Just because the reveal is halfway off, no, baby, we got to keep pushing. And hopefully
Exactly.
there's a
The only
spot
time
somewhere
it
else you can
stops
rip
is
it
if
off.
there's an injury, and it's got to be like where blood is showing.
And especially with a reveal like that, you can get to another spot where you can stop and try to get the rest of it off. Or just let it hang
Right.
behind you for the rest of the time.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought they did a really good job. Moving on to Nymphia and Juanita, another cute job. Again,
Yes.
the
Playing to
playfulness. I love the
playing
playfulness
to
of it.
strengths. Yes.
It was cute. It was fun. I lived. Safira and Shakira. I wish Safira would have trusted her dance partner more to choreograph it. Because compared to
Mm.
everybody else, it was very, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
could tell Safira led that choreography. And I'm like, I just wish she would have just, trusted the partner a little bit more.
Yeah. Trust the process.
Just, trust the process. Because, baby, let me make over a professional dancer and we got to do a dance number. Okay, I'm like, all right, you lead. What are we doing? You want me here? Okay. All right. I will not tell you how to do your job, okay?
Right.
Shoot, just guide me in the right direction. Don't do me dirty. That's all I ask. And then we had Lazy Susan and Plain Jane. They were another one of my favorites. Them and Q.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was living. That's one
The
of the issues.
pirouettes were on point. The splits were great.
And like I felt bad for playing because I'm like, damn, she eating you up. But Play was trying to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy Susan, and I was like, at first they were pretty even, but when Lazy Susan went into that split, I'm like, oh, crown it, crown it, crown it, crown it. But we found out that the winner of this week's challenge is Plain Jane. Do you agree?
Yes.
I do not.
You think it should have been Q?
No, because it wasn't her aesthetic, I thought Nymphia should have got it.
Yeah.
I thought Nymphia should have got it. I felt like Morphine and Q should have gotten praise. And that our bottom two this week should have been Plain Jane and Safira. I do. But that's not how it worked out.
Nope.
She won $5,000 courtesy of Monopoly. Her drag partner also got $5,000. And then every other member of the pit crew got $1,000.
Hey.
And I'm like, oh, is this why you couldn't have other money elsewhere because you were saving it for here? Making Plain and Safira split that money and then making all four of those queens split that 5,000 is because you needed it for here. Y'all make enough money to get everybody 5,000. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me right now. But anyway, we find out that the bottom two is Morphine Love Dion and Safira Cristal. I've already stated that I don't think Morphine should have been there. I don't.
Mm.
I don't think she should have won, but I don't think she should have been in the bottom two this week. But we find out that they lip sync to Miss Me More by Kelsey Ballerini.
I've never heard before, but was so lip syncing with it.
I knew her other song, If You're Going Down, I'm Going Down With You.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what did you think of this performance?
I had the same reaction Saphira had. I just knew they was gonna call Morphine. But then again, I think Morphine put a little too much something in it.
For me, I don't think Morphine fit the essence of the song.
Yeah, like that's technically what I was saying. Was like
Yeah.
morphine put a little too much.
Yeah, like although Saphira wasn't doing much, what she did fit the tone of the song. So I found
Right.
myself watching her more than I was watching Morphine. And yeah, I just feel like you said, Morphine was just a little doing too much for what this song
Right.
is calling for. So we find out that the winner is Saphira Cristal. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do as well. Which unfortunately means Morphine Love Dion must go to the house. So after
Mm-hmm.
her elimination, they go back into the workroom. They read her message, wipes it away, and they go sit down. They congratulate Miss Plain Jane for getting her win. And sore loser Q done poked her head out again. I'm like, can you not be happy for anybody?
No, of course not.
I don't.
Uh,
Somebody
There
who
are
knows me
so many
personally.
just like really wrong negative thoughts in my head when it comes to Q. I'm not gonna voice them because I'm not trying to get canceled before I even make it famous.
For me, I
But
don't like sore loserness.
oh god.
It
And I
just
deal
it
like I
annoys
deal with
me.
stuff like that with my students all the time. I have
But here's the
one.
part that irritates me the most. She's taking that out on Plains, Saphira, everybody else, instead of who really makes the decisions, RuPaul.
Ew.
They didn't decide that they were going to win. They just did the best they could. And
Right.
RuPaul was like, you know
Oh, well,
what?
I
You
don't
get
think
the
you
win.
deserve to win. What do you mean?
Well, put that up with RuPaul. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay? Take that up with the person who makes the judgments. I don't make the judgments. I'm just here enjoying myself.
That part. That part. So we move on. It's the new day in the workroom. The queens enter in and they're sitting down talking. RuPaul enters and let them know that they are in the semifinal. Honey, their faces when RuPaul says semifinal. It was funny. They're like, oh shit, somebody's going home. Even I said that. I was like, oh, so somebody's going home this episode. I figured, they were going to do their little challenge. The bottom two was going to lip sync. And for the first time this season, Shantae, you both say.
No, it happened.
No, that did not happen. And plus, this is going to be the first year since season 4 we're not going to have a traditional live finale. If it's anything like that Lollapalooza next week, then it's going to be, there's going to be a crowd there. But it's just not how we've known the finale to be.
Right.
So, RuPaul announces this week's mini challenge where they have to lip sync for their life underwater. So, they have to get in quick 10-minute swim and drag. And this is how they looked after their quick drag. I'm sorry. So, I'm guessing Maya had to leave her these titties. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I could think of. Because how you gonna get some new titties mid-season? Like, where the titties come from? And the only queen that is close to her skin complexion is Maya. So I'm thinking maybe Maya left the breastplate for Saphira.
So maybe. Because you're not allowed visitors.
Yeah, so if anybody knows how Saphira got a new breastplate, let a player know. Or maybe it's one of Plain Jane's, she just painted it.
No, because then you'd be able to tell.
Oh, you could tell if it's been painted?
Because it's rubber and silicone. It doesn't absorb makeup like that, so it would be streaky.
Got you.
And then on top of that, that would use a lot of makeup.
Look, they have a whole bunch of Anastasia Beverly Hills just sitting there.
I don't know if they have foundation.
From my understanding, especially these recent seasons, like they have a shit ton of makeup there for them. Because that's one of the things they don't have to bring is makeup. Oh, you okay, honey?
Yeah, I I thought I was drinking my water, and I ended up drinking my juice. And for some weird reason, the taste was just like really off-putting.
Well, I can understand that, especially if you're expecting water and it's not water.
Yeah, I was just like.
So, in the mini challenge, they lip sync to Kitty Girl underwater. I thought this was fun and cute.
It was. Oh my god, the way some of them did it.
Yeah, I thought they were finna pull out that fish tank from season 5 and make them jump in there and lip sync.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought they were too.
So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I was kind of hoping for the fish tank. I was gonna be like, yeah, call back to season 5, but nope.
Yep, I was like, well, don't put padding on, because your padding's gonna absorb, and then that's just,
So afterwards, we found out that the winner is Saphira Crystal.
Yep, because Nymphia Wynn didn't know the words
At all.
She was literally.
It was funny when RuPaul even clocked it. She was like, well, I guess not everyone knows the words to my songs.
I at least know the chorus.
Here's my thing. You're on RuPaul's Drag Race, and you know they use Ru's music constantly.
For everything.
Through it. And, Ru will be a lip sync from time to time, so I imagine Kitty Girl was on the iPod. Why didn't you learn the words to Kitty Girl? Now, I learned the words to Kitty Girl as soon as Kitty Girl was released. Because I remember when that album dropped, I was listening through. I'm like, okay, nothing's really clocking so far. But then Kitty Girl started playing. I'm like, oh, what's this? Wait. Hey, Kitty Girl. By the end of the song, I was already singing along. I was like, Kitty, hey. And then shortly after that, they did the Ru mix on All Stars 3. I'm like, RuPaul knew this was one of my favorite Ru songs and just made it even better. Because BB, Trixie, Shangela, and Kennedy did an amazing job on that Ru mix. Still one of my favorite Ru mixes. Like, they did that. They did that very well. Mm-hmm. So, we find out that our final challenge is a branding challenge, to say the least. But they have to come up with their own books, come up with a title, do a photo shoot, write some stories to go into it. Inspired by the mini challenge they did earlier this season. And see, I said it earlier this season. I said they should have saved this for an actual maxi challenge. Mm-hmm. And now look at them. They're like, well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and do that. I know we did this already, but let's go ahead and do it again.
Right.
But, with more detail.
Yes.
With more detail. And, it's based off of RuPaul's memoir, The House of Hidden Meanings, which I just started listening to. So far, I'm liking what I'm listening. I finished Viola Davis's, so I'm like, well, let me go ahead and start RuPaul's. RuPaul's. So the queens write it. They go to the photography session, and this was given very much Top Model.
Very much Top Model.
Oh, it made me miss Top Model so bad. I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm like, oh, I miss Top Model. Oh, I miss Top Model. Oh. But rumor has it that last year they shot, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but rumor has it that last year they shot an all-star season of Top Model that is supposed to air sometime this year. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. And if that cast, like the video I watched, I'm not sure if it's true at all. It might be a lie. But if it is true, the cast, some heavy hitters. And they even got some of the guys in there too, because those last few seasons they let guys compete too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. The guys competed. Well, not the last few seasons, but for 3-4 seasons straight, they let guys compete. And then when they brought it back to VH1, it was just ladies again. That cast included some of the guys. So if it's true or not, I don't know if it's true or not. Let me know down in the comments if you saw that same video or if you saw that same Reddit post. Is there any truth to it? Because if it is, who will be tuned in? I'll be right at that television. Hell, we might cover it here if it's true.
Yeah.
Because without Top Model, there would be no RuPaul's Drag Race. Let's be honest.
Facts.
So, They do that, and then they sit down for a podcast interview, which one thing a lot of people were complaining about how this episode was done. I actually like it because it switched it up. It's always Michelle and Ruth sitting down talking with them, da 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 da,
right.
d. It's nice that instead of them doing like a final girl group, which don't get me wrong, I love those room mixes. They sit down with somebody else and they tell their stories. They get to do a book cover, branding themselves. Because once they get out of there, guess what? They're going to have to start branding themselves so that they can have longevity in this crazy world that we call today.
That we call the entertainment business.
Hey, so I like this format. And plus, the way it looks like, I think, how we got the finale for UK versus the World, which they would have saw that before this. But you know how they started half reunion, then half finale?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the norm going forward, because rumor has it that's how they did the finale for this. Like, next week is the Lollapalooza, and then that next week, half reunion, half, top three doing a performance.
Which makes sense. Because you don't have to sit there and try to...
better.
Yeah. So you don't have to sit there and drag it out.
Stuff instead of having to, sit through a whole hour and a half of just filler. So now we can get to the meat and the potatoes of the reunion. Yell, scream if we have to. And then let's go crown a bitch.
Exactly.
So yeah, I enjoyed this little sit down and everybody. I felt like I got to know everybody except for Plain. Because, Plain took the bitchy route. And I'm like, I liked it at first, but she didn't let go.
Right.
I'm like, Plain,
she let go in the wrong way.
I'm finna say, it was funny at first, but, you got to have the balance of funny and then real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody, like Nymphia's story about having poo in her shoe and it got on her hands and arms on a date. Like, that was funny, but she also talked about what it was like growing up in Taiwan and the traditional beauty standard that she didn't fit, so she didn't think she was pretty. So
exactly.
It was just like, the yin with the yang, okay? Like, she was doing too much yin and didn't give us no yang.
Right.
But yeah, and this episode really just, I feel like I know Nymphia better now. Because I had a good idea of Q, I had a good idea of Nymphia, and we still don't know who Plain is. But it was good to get to know Nymphia better.
Yes.
So let's get to this final runway. Up first, we have Mother Ru.
Yes. I love this outfit.
What do you think of Mother Ru, and what is your score?
I give this an A+. I love this outfit.
Oh, see, I like this outfit too. This was gorgeous. It fits on her body well. I love the belt. Like, that belt just really elevates it.
It really does it for me.
Like, it's something so simple that without it, I probably wouldn't like the outfit.
Right.
So, I give this a good A-. Like, this was good. This was good.
This was great.
So, we're joined this week by Michelle Visage, T.S. Madison, and Rowan Farrell. Welcome back. We usually don't see too many judges come back, so it's good to see you come back again, Rowan. So the final runway for the season is Fandango. So, Roxy St. James, what would you do with the category Fandango?
Fandango. I'd have did like a burlesque thing. With the fans, and the whole outfit would have been made out of it. They would have been like the little, and then you'd have got like a little peep real quick, kind of sort of like a la Gypsy, but the movie version, Gypsy. Yes. Yeah.
My first thing when I heard Fandango, I don't know how I would pull this off, but we all seen that concert clip of Beyonce's wig stuck in the fan.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
So I would have came out recreating that moment, wig stuck in the fan, and I would have came out with a mic like I'm still trying to sing, but you could also see me trying to pull this fan out of my wig. Because one thing I love about that video, you could not see it on Beyonce's face at all. Yeah,
Right.
they're back there trying to do what she's doing, but baby, she was on. She's like, I may be stuck right here, but I'm still giving a performance.
Yes.
So I think I would have tried to recreate that. If I couldn't recreate that, I think I would have tried to take and look inspired by Katana from Mortal Kombat. Because, you know, she had fans in her outfits and she fought with fans. So I would have loved to recreate that as well. So those were just a couple of the ideas that came to me when I heard Fandango. Well, once I realized what Fandango was, because I'm like, wait, is this another like dance thing? Like, what's going on? Then I saw I'm like, oh, fans.
Fans.
Okay.
Now, see, my silly self would heard Fandango and been like the rental company.
I'll be like, I have a Fandango account because, you know, they merged with Voodoo. So now I have a Fandango account.
You know what would have been really, really dumb? Would have been to come out in a bunch of rental movies.
Listen. But that was the thing. The category had to say Fandango on the paper for us to even think that. Because if they would have just said fans, you wouldn't have thought of that. But
Exactly.
if that thing would have said Fandango, as I like to say,
Came out like a rat box.
be like, come get your movie.
Right?
$5. All right. So up first we had Q. I'll go first on this one. I thought this was really cute. I love the execution of this. I disagree with, I believe it was T.S. Madison who said this should have been her book cover. Don't get me wrong, this is cute. Would I've loved to see it on the cover? Yes, but then what would she have worn for this runway?
Right.
Especially with there being fans. Like, how am I?
Right.
What is she supposed to do?
I don't know.
Huh? Okay. But
Okay.
I love this look. It's real cute. I give it a B+.
Okay. It fits the category. I don't think it should have been on the cover.
Same.
I give it a straight B.
All right.
A straight B.
Moving onwards to Safira Cristal. I'll let you
Mother.
go first here. What did you think of Safira Cristal?
Oh, I love this so much. Not only is she in my favorite color, but like it's cultural, it's regal, and she always gives regal. She always gives queen. And this was probably like the most interesting way to do that, and the breastplate works here.
It's an appropriate size.
Exactly, because I'm sitting here like, now if you'd have had them little itty bitty titties, how would they have fit in this dress?
That would not have worked at all.
Like, now that they're separated and they're full and they're up here, you can fill out that dress more. So yes, I love it. The wig's amazing, and I like when you turn, it just gives you a whole new profile. She painted, oh my god, she painted for the gods with this one.
Your score?
Oh, A+. Couldn't tell.
Now, for me, I agree with your assessment. My only thing is, I don't know. It's just like the dress itself. I know it had the reveal in there, but it just seemed a little chunky. I do love that there was a reveal because I'm like, wait, the fan is in your hand. That's it. I'm like, come on. I'm like, there has to be a reveal because ain't no way Safira just gonna walk out with an outfit with just a fan in her hand. No, she ain't gonna do that to us. And then we saw this, and I'm like, okay, I love the reveal, love the wig. For me, I would go B+ on this one. Thought it was really good. Up next is Nithyoin, giving us a little Marie Antoinette. And I agree with Michelle. If we never see another Marie Antoinette look on Drag Race ever again, I will be the happiest
not be sad
person
about it.
ever. Okay? But for a Marie Antoinette look, this is cute. I love the little small fans everywhere and then the two big fans. I felt like the Pussy on Fire joke wasn't needed. But other than that, I thought this was cute. This gets a B plus for me as well. What about you?
Hey. Um, I appreciate the fact that the textiles used were Asian inspired or were actually Asian fabrics. I agree with the assessment that if we never see another Marie Antoinette in life, that would be wonderful. I don't know why she decided to do Marie Antoinette. That was a little weird. I'm glad TS got to see her in something other than yellow. But other than that, I give it like a B minus. It's kind of like a go-to lazy type.
So up next we have Plain Jane. What did you think of Plain Jane's look here?
Can I be like brutally honest?
Be brutally honest.
Like I loved it, but I didn't like it at the same time.
Okay, go ahead.
Like it's a really good look, but I don't think it was for her.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, and then there are like some fabric choices that I just wouldn't have made. Like that crinoline at the bottom like clung to her too much. And I'm like, you needed like an organza, something that was like really silky and flowy, would have probably made it better for me personally. But then again, that's just my opinion and how I felt about it. Other than that, face is gorgeous, painted to the gods. I love the breastplate corset combo. It really did frame her breastplate out beautifully. And if it wasn't for the choker, half the time I wouldn't even know she had a breastplate on. But other than that, I give it like a really high C, midway B.
Okay. For me, I like this look. My only thing is just like with the whole thing with Saphira, I'm like, wait, is this fan it? Is this one fan in your hand?
And for her, one fan was it.
Yeah, and for her, it was it. And although it fit the theme of the outfit, like as soon as she came out, I knew who she was. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Do I wish there was more fans? Yes. Face always stamped. I personally it didn't bother me with the fabric choices of this ensemble, as I like to say. Ensemble. But it's for me, I like this look. I wish there was more fan to it, but I like this look. I thought this was real fun, real cute. For me, this is a B because it doesn't fit the category as well as I want it to. Like it fits. Like I said, I knew the inspiration as soon as she walked out. I just wish it was just a little bit stronger. So for me, I would give this a B.
Right.
Stamped. All right, so out of our 4 queens here, who had your favorite look this week?
Saphira.
For me, I think I would say Q. I feel like she executed the fan runway the best.
Okay.
Yeah. So real quickly, I have their book covers so that we can see the alphabet soup, savor every bite by Q. I agree with the judges. Like, she really missed a chance to call it Q&A.
Right.
Like, I feel like that would have really played into her aesthetic. And this outfit choice, like, I get it, we're at the end of the season, so you're very limited on what you have left. But I'd rather pull out an outfit I've already worn before that fits whatever I'm trying to do.
I mean, the thing is, it was mostly just a name change. If she would have changed it to Q&A, she could have made this outfit work. Because all she would have had to do was sit there, legs crossed, hand on chin, and it would have been a face card picture. And that would have been it.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we move... Oh, hello? Okay, there's my mouse. Okay, up next we have Flu Foot, Embracing All of Me, by Saphira Crystal. Giving us that Missy Elliott pose. I'm so glad T.S. was like, that's little Kim. Because as soon as she said Missy, I'm like, you mean Kim? Like I said it, and then TS said, I'm like, okay, thank you, TS.
And in the back of my head, I was like, Missy, I've never seen Missy. Even now that she's skinny, I've never seen Missy pose like that.
That is a little Kim pose right there, honey. But the outfit looks great.
Yes.
For this just to be, I wonder if this was a category that wasn't used. So she was like, oh, I'll just wear it for this.
Right.
And, Q also wore an outfit that's the same color, so I wonder if it was for the same runway. If it was like a colored base runway.
Right.
Like brown. But I thought this was really cute, thought it was fun, and just like I said, hearing her stories, real good, real good. Up next we have Break and Wind, The Art of Letting Go by Nymphia Wind. I fucking love this.
Right.
Honestly, this could be an album cover too, if we want to be honest.
Something.
Like book cover, album cover, magazine cover. Like this is this outfit. I want to know what runway this was for, because this 8
all the way down.
I fucking love this. Like I want like 10 of these in every color. Like
your foot might fit in that shoe.
This is amazing. Amazing. And then we had Plain Jane's Plane Crash, How I Walked Away from a Disaster. I agree with the wig. I felt like, it was a little too flat.
You know what makes it worse? Because like when you look at them, you look at when they were actually shooting the pictures, like it looked a little bit fuller, and for whatever reason this came out like that.
They probably, to push a narrative, they probably picked this one to be like, yeah, look at your hair there, because you're right, RuPaul had that hair going, okay? It had a little something going. But yeah, I don't like what's in the behind of. I don't like the plane crash.
Right.
Like, if you're going to do a plane crash, you should be in the plane crash, or you coming out of the plane crash, not seeing the smoke behind you. You know what I'm saying? But that's what we have. And we found out the winner is Nymphia Wind. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree. Nymphia did win this challenge this week for me. And we find out that the bottom 2 is Q and Plain Jane. Do you agree?
Kind of. Yeah. Because I don't know who else it would be.
I'm going to say I agree. I feel like they had the 2 weakest.
Yes.
Saphira and Nymphia were the clear best of the week. And honestly, I feel like if Saphira Runway was a little bit better, she would have got the win. But we have Q, we have Plain Jane, and they gave them Tina Turner. Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. Better be good to me. A staple. One of my favorite Tina Turner songs. And they gave it the 2 queens whose rhythm is challenged. But I will give Plain Jane props. She went the comedy route and it worked. And like the titty shakes to the beats of the song, I'm like, smart.
Yes.
So smart. There were several times I caught myself just laughing at Plain. Oh, this little moment where she gave us the little Tina hands. I'm like, okay, Plain. I'm like, go ahead, give us the little Tina hands. Okay, I see it. I see it. But yeah, Q tried.
Tried.
Is the correct word. Tried. But yeah, RuPaul decides that Plain Jane was the winner of this lip sync. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree as well. And RuPaul was so messy. Because did you catch her in the episode? She went Q. Did a small little pause there. Thank you for...
Right? I was like, oh, are you... spoilers, I already knew Q was leaving. But, like, I was sitting there, I was just like, Oh, are you gonna keep her? Oh no,
That
no, she didn't.
pause
Okay.
really made me think she was going to say, Shantae, you stay. We have a top 4.
Right. And I know Q was like, I get to stay, right? No. Sorry, honey.
Oh, honestly, I think that would make me mad even more. I think it would. I've been like, now you playing with my feelings. Don't do that.
Playing with my whole emotions.
Don't play with my feelings, okay? Please don't. That's not cute at all. But we must say goodbye to Q. She wrote her message. And now it is time for us to declare who the winner shall be. So, LaCresha, are you Team Nymphia, Team Plain Jane, or Team Saphira?
Of course, I'm Team Saphira.
Oh, hands
Always
down
gonna
Team
be Team
Saphira. I have a
Saphira.
tweet going viral right now because I'm Team Saphira. So
Is it going viral for the right reasons?
yeah, everyone's agreeing. There's been a few who tried it. I had to let them know.
Right.
But Team Saphira all the way. Like,
yeah.
How could you not be? Look at the material. As my favorite children of Destiny once said, the writing is on the wall.
It's on the wall.
Crown it. Now, unless Plain or Nymphia just go in there and demolish that finale, that's the only way I can see Saphira losing. If she goes into that finale and just drops the ball.
Right.
That is the only way. But she better not. She better not. You heard me? So they dance like they didn't just crush Q's dreams. They hug, and we find out next week that it is a Lollapalooza.
Oh man!
So
and that is so fun.
So people online were saying that they shot the Lollapalooza in the finale like 2 months after they wrapped the season. So they had to come back and shoot all this last year. So like we knew last year that they weren't going to do the typical live finale like they normally do. I don't know why they decided to change it up that way, but hey, they came back last year a few months later, and that would irritate me because what if during that few months I got a haircut?
Right.
Or I decided to grow my hair out. Now, to continue the story progression, I have to cut my hair back to here to fit the narrative that we did this all at one time. Like, what if I got out and went and got some lip filler? How we gonna play that off? But hey, it is what it is, and we're having a good old Lollapalooza, honey. And it looks like they're on the stage that they do Secret Celebrity Drag Race on. So it's good to get some use out of this stage. Because Secret Celebrity was renewed for a 3rd season. I just don't know where it is. I'm not even sure if they shot it yet.
No, I thought they canceled it.
It got renewed. They renewed it around the same time that they announced that they were doing Global All-Stars. Because it was a pair. And they're like, oh, we're renewing Drag Race for another season. All-Stars. Celebrity All-Stars. And guess what? We're doing Global All-Stars too. Woo! It was all within that one press thing. And it's just kind of... They probably have canceled it since. Because we haven't heard anything from it.
Right. Because that was like almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. But you know me, I love a good Lollapalooza, honey. So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. And that is all we have for our 2 episodes. We did it.
Hey.
So let's go ahead and wrap things up here. LaCresha, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next week. What is going on? I done got out of the habit of doing it.
It's 1 week. One week.
And I done forgot the outro. Lord.